Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. It's your host, JMX, and my co-host, Ryan. And look, man, we got a lot to get into today. It is week 15. Started today. Thursday night game, just recap with the Rams and the 49ers. Playoffs are almost here. But look, man, I ain't gonna lie, we got a lot of big games this week. A lot of big games for the playoffs coming up. But before we get into all that, Ryan, how you been, man? Talk to me.
Man, I'm chilling. I can't lie. I'm a little nervous for the game this weekend. But yeah. Besides that, I've been the little gym I go to. I got a couple of people talking shit to me that are Eagles fans. But yeah, besides that, I'm just chilling. How about yourself? How you been doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm a little nervous. I can't even lie. I'm a little bit nervous for this week. We gotta. This is a very clutch 2 games. If we win these next 2 games, we are in the playoffs, clinched, official. You can book stamp it. We will be heading to the postseason. But oh man, I just every one of these games just always been very concerning for me. But yeah, I'm doing good. But hey, look, man, let's get right into it. Week 15, first game underway. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, Rams travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Rams win this game 12-6. There was not a touchdown scored in this game. The Niners dropped to 6-8, and the Rams go to 8-6. Niners are basically officially out of the playoffs. They're not making it. But 2 things I want to take away in this game was what a boring game. Surprisingly boring at that. Considering both of these defenses aren't that good, they just kind of went out there and just says not going to be any offense today. Kieran Williams had a really solid day. Puka Nacua got stuff, but Cooper Kupp, I mean, the fantasy disaster for the playoffs. 0. I mean, he gave me 0 points on my league. I didn't start in my money league, so thank God for that. But yeah, I mean, this man was an absolute goose egg. I know Ryan's got a lot to say about that. But yeah, a really boring game all around. My second thing to take away from it is obviously Devondre Campbell. I don't know. Look, word and got out. Devondre Campbell, Kyle Shanahan said in the post-game interview that Devondre Campbell just said, I do not want to play in this game, and proceeded to walk on the field. Players George Kittle, Mooney Ward just kind of expressed how that's unacceptable. Ward also basically said that he thinks probably going to get cut, which is probably going to happen. It reminds me, I don't know if you remember this, Ron. You remember when Vernon Davis and Mike Singletary got into it with the 49ers?
I believe.
It was a walk.
Yeah.
And Vernon Davis walked off the field. He told him, look, man, you can go. And obviously, things resulted in a different. It was very different, but still, like, it just kind of reminded me seeing him walking off the field like that. But yeah, crazy. The 49ers, the Debo too, I mean, had a terrible game. But I mean, look, man, it happens. The Niners it's looking pretty rough right now, man. But yeah, go ahead and give me a takeaway.
Yeah, I actually went with the 49ers for this game. I know you before the pod you were talking about you went with the Rams. I was really thinking about it, and again we've been talking about it on the podcast for a while now that how we think the Rams are going to make the playoffs, at least have a very very good chance at making the playoffs. I just thought maybe backs against the wall, Greenlaw coming back, off the game against Chicago, kind of like had that boost to offense, looked to be at least solid against the Bears last game. I just thought they had a little bit of something left in them, and yeah, I agree with you. This game was ugly, especially that first half. I just looking on like legit, just straight up the stats. The Rams controlled time of possession. They both had 4 penalties. The Rams had more rushing yards. The Rams had more passing yards. The Rams obviously had more total yards, and obviously the Rams won the game. They had more first downs. It was I just didn't expect it to be this low scoring, kind of like you were saying, but also it to be
12-6.
Yeah, it just the 49ers just didn't have anything in them, like no fight left in them. It was at home, short week, divisional rival, and it was like for your season to end like that. Granted, obviously this isn't the only reason they lost, this isn't the only reason their season is over, obviously. But it's like for this to be kind of the final, almost nail in the coffin type thing. It's like it's just not a good look for him. With as you said, I had Cooper Cup, and bro, I was over that. I mean, they were targeting him a little bit at the beginning of the game. I think he had like 2 quick targets, and I'm like, oh shit, this might be a Cooper Cup game. And then
Yeah, one
Stafford
target for the
just
rest of the game.
yeah, and Stafford just kind of it was pouring down rain. It just really wasn't a good
Passing game.
yeah. Luckily, I texted you before the game. I was asking who should I start, Juwan Jennings or DJ Moore. Everybody I was talking to was saying going Juwan Jennings. And last second, literally at 8:15, at 8:14, I switched DJ Moore to Juwan from Juwan Jennings.
Oh, you did?
I'm chilling now. Well, I'm not chilling. I got Cooper Cup. He gave me 0. But
Well, imagine if you would have started Jennings too.
last second, like literally like the last possible minute I could, I switched him out real quick. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm glad I
it just
switched
wasn't
out
a good
Cup.
game. It was not a good
I'm gl-
game.
Yeah, I'm glad I switched out Cup in my money league, man. I mean, I'm so glad. Jerry Judy, you better go off. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, the game, you thought the Niners kind of put in a little bit more fight, have at least a type of last stand, go out swinging. I mean, this game was very winnable. Just a touchdown kind of wins the game. But I mean, the Rams, shout out to them. They have now won. They're now 7-2 since their bye week. And I mean, you really look, man. Look, I picked them to make the playoffs. They're sitting at 8-6, and they're sitting comfortable. 2 weeks ago, they were 6-6, and it was a lot of optimism. But you got the Jets, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. Look, this is a team that can win out. They needed to win a game like this to show especially after coming off of a win where you put up all the points. They needed to learn how to win in a slugfest, and I feel like this team learned to do that. But they're still very young defensively, so the defense maybe needed a game like this to gain some confidence because you're going up against Devontae and Garrett Wilson, who look like they're kind of starting to get rolling just a little bit over there in New York. I mean, obviously it's too late, but I mean, you can't ignore it. They've been having some success as of recently. So, hey man, you got to go in there ready. Aaron Rodgers ain't just gonna give it to you. So, but I mean, you look at the next 3 games, very winnable. I mean, they could legit finish 11-6 because I said I think they have room to lose one more game, but that game can't be the Seattle game. But I mean, if say they lose to Arizona, but they beat Seattle, they can still very much well be in the playoffs. Because what Seattle's record is 8-5, right? But they got Green Bay and Minnesota next, so they got a very schedule as well too. But I think that Seattle game at the end of the year is going to be the decider for the division. And I mean, maybe it really it depends on the records. But if they both finish with the same record, say Seattle wins that game and that game goes down they at the same record, it's going to have to be a lot of the goes down to like the division record and everything like that. So it's a lot that goes into it. But I mean, with the Rams beating the Niners, they probably let me see. I don't know what their division record right now is, but I know they swept the Niners. Yeah, right now they're 2-1, I think. No, three and
Yeah, yeah,
three and one.
yeah.
Yeah, the Rams are 3-1 in the division. I don't know what the Seahawks are, but I mean, right now it's looking really good for the Rams, man. They might mess around and make it.
Yeah, I know just some of the games. If you just look back at their schedule, I mean, they barely lost the Lions, and that was with no Puka. If you remember, he was hurt like
Yeah, I
second
remember.
drive. And then without that, it's like, yeah, they dropped a couple of the Cardinals, or they dropped one of the Cardinals and the Bears. But it's like some of the teams that either they've lost to or they've beaten. Like they barely lost to the Packers, beat the Vikings, beat the Seahawks, barely lost to the Dolphins. They got killed by the Eagles. So like, I'll give them that. But then I mean, they just beat the Bills, just beat the 49ers twice.
Man,
It's like some of these games that they're beating, it's like they're not bad football teams, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, so if the Rams the game against the Jets, don't drop these next two division games. But I mean, they might win out, bro. Because the game against Seattle, that's in LA, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that game's in LA. It's in SoFi. So, hey man, everybody kind of now. I had the Rams finishing 10-7. I didn't think it's gonna be Buffalo, but hey, look, if my prediction is right, they could finish, bro. The Rams could finish with the 3 seed and mess around and have a home playoff game against a Minnesota and could maybe win the playoff game, which I think is absolutely nuts. Well, no, because wait, Minnesota right? No, it wouldn't be Minnesota. It would probably be Green Bay.
Yeah, probably Green
They
Bay.
could still beat Green Bay. think it'll be very tough. But I mean, a home playoff game, you playing Green Bay or say you playing Washington, you can easily win those games. So shout out to the Rams.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I agree with you. Where they can lose maybe one more. It just cannot be to the Seahawks. But it also depends on what Seattle does. If Seattle goes and takes care of business against the Packers, which we'll get into later, if they can go take care of business there. I'm not saying the division is locked up, but it'd be a little bit more of a comfortable lead for Seattle, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into these predictions. First game up, Cowboys traveling to Carolina take on the Panthers. Panthers are favored by 3 in this game. Panthers are 3-10. Cowboys are 5-8. I went with Carolina. I think it's the first time I may pick Carolina this year. I just think it's a game they're gonna get. They're kind of due for one. Bryce has been playing really well. Um, I just don't trust the Cowboys after the last game. Overshown is out. CeeDee Lamb is very questionable in this game. Um, Trayvon Diggs also questionable. I just think this is a game Bryce get. I know ESPN has Dallas winning this game, but it's in Carolina. I think this game is gonna be high scoring. And I think Bryson and them probably gonna get the ball last, and I have them winning this game. I just think that they're due for one. Like they've been dancing around with a lot of these top teams, and I think they're gonna play a team like Dallas, and I think they it's either gonna be a high scoring game or they're gonna steamroll Dallas. I don't think Dallas is gonna win this game. I don't see Cooper Rush. I don't know, man. I just CeeDee Lamb's gonna have to have a monster game, which I'm hoping he has because I have him starting in fantasy. But yeah, I'm going with Bryce Young, man. I just think the Panthers are due for one.
Yeah, I also went with the Panthers as well.
Mm.
Similar from what you just said. Um, Cowboys just have no juice left in them, and you can kind of tell even though the Panthers have lost these games, the games that they're losing are really, really, really close. I mean, shit, they just almost beat the Eagles, and the Eagles killed the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So it's like it being at home, Carolina got some juice going. Cowboys are completely dead. I'm going with Carolina as well.
Yep. Um. Yeah. Let's go into the next one. Uh, Chiefs traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Browns are 3-10. The Chiefs are still 12-1. Casey's favored by 4 in this game. I'm going with the Chiefs. Now I will say I do think this game is going to be a lot closer than what people think. I think the Chiefs defense has been very vulnerable. This game is supposed to be a rainy game. Now that I'm looking at the weather, so I might have to bench Jerry Judy in one of my leagues. Yeah, I don't. If there's a rainy game, I doubt they're going to throw the ball a lot. But I picked the Chiefs. The Browns. I think if the game is close, the Chiefs will pull it out. Jameis has been making way too many turnovers, especially in the most opportunistic times. But I will say I think Jerry Judy's gonna have a really good game. I think the Chiefs defense has been very like kind of a liability a little bit. And they've been getting picked on. I think Jerry Judy, he's been the hottest receiver. I mean, him and Jamar have been kind of the hottest receivers in football. Jordan Addison's in there too, but they have been just killing it over the past month of the season. So I think Jerry Judy's due for a big day. But other than that, I'm still going with the Chiefs. I just don't think Jameis is going to pull out no win against KC. Yeah, it's just no way.
Yeah, I'm going with Chiefs as well. I think kind of what I said last episode. Uh, I just have to see them lose, and I guess that's really more. I guess that's more towards the playoffs than it really is the regular season. But yeah, I'm going. I'm going with Kansas City. I don't know if you saw that Hollywood Brown received final clearance to start practicing. So
Yeah,
he's
it's
definitely
close.
yeah he's definitely not playing this game. I guess he'll be playing maybe next week after that, kind of ramping up going into the playoffs. But
Facts.
I mean it's an exciting little receiving core now. It's Xavier Worthy, D Hop, Hollywood Brown, my goat Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh my
I
God.
mean
Yeah, no, it's looking pretty
Kelsey
solid, man.
too.
Yeah, no, it's looking pretty solid. It's looking pretty solid. I still want to see him though, but I mean, it's still looking pretty solid. Let's go to the next game. Bengals traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are 3-10. Bengals are 5-8, still trying to make a late playoff push. The Bengals are favored by is it 5? Let me pull up. Yeah, they're favored by 5.5 in this game. I'm going with Cincy. I think this game could be a shootout though. Both defenses. Well, I will say this. The Titans. I'm not going to say this game is completely out of the water for them. I'm gonna go with the Bengals though. I just think the Bengals are going to put up more points. I think the Titans are going to have opportunities unless the Bengals defense goes out there and do what they usually do, which is give up everything. You could see a shootout. I mean, one thing about Will Levis, he gonna put the ball down the field. He don't give a damn if it's in harm's way or not. He gonna force the issue. So I mean, but other than that, I'm going Cincinnati. I think realistically, I don't see nobody stopping this Bengals offense, especially not Tennessee. I think their defense has been pretty solid, but the way him and Jamar Chase have been on a tear, I just think the Bengals they're gonna win this game when it comes down to it. But I would not be surprised if this is kind of a shootout.
Yeah, I'm going with Cincy as well. I'm expecting T. Higgins to be a little more involved with this game compared to the last game. I think last game he only had like 2 catches, and it was really just kind of buddy ball with him and Jamar, with Burrow and Jamar. Tennessee does have the best passing defense in the league. They average 175.5 yards given up this season. But I don't know. Burrow and Chase and even Higgins are just kind of on a different level right now. So I'm going with Cincy.
Yeah, going to the next game, the Commanders are traveling to New Orleans, take on the Saints. Marshawn Lattimore's homecoming. Washington is favored in this game by 7.5. 8-5, 5-8 record for the Saints. Commanders are winning this game. No Derek Carr. Jake Hayner is getting the start. Dan Quinn is just gonna blitz the shit out of them. Taking the Commanders pretty easily.
Yeah, same. I really don't have anything else to add. I got the Commanders winning as well.
Jake Hayner. Next game up, Ravens are traveling to MetLife, take on the Giants. Giants, wow, the spread in this game is nuts. The Giants are 2-11. Ravens are 8-5. The Giants have not won a game at home. They're 0-7 at home this year. Baltimore's favored by 16. 16 points. So yeah, crazy. I'm taking the Ravens in this one. Tommy DeVito looks like he's gonna get the start. It's just no way. No way. Lamar, I think, is gonna have a field day on the defense. So I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens as well. I'm looking up real quick. Is this the biggest spread in the NFL this season?
No, I think the Panthers had one that was crazy. I think when somebody played the Panthers earlier in the year, was it Baltimore or something like that? And their spread was. I know the biggest spread this year definitely has something to do with Baltimore, though.
It says the Panthers, the Raiders, and the Jaguars are tied for the highest spread in a game this season at plus 13.5.
Also, this is.
It was last week Panthers versus Philly, and then there's no way that's true. There's no way the Chiefs were favored by 13.5 against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Really?
Think about it. The Raiders are one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, but 13? I don't know. That's crazy. That's like college numbers right there.
Yeah, I mean 16-point favorites. Like, I feel like if you take the Giants in that's not a bad bet. Like you're almost saying they're gonna lose by 20. Like, this is not even be close.
Yeah, nah. I'm gonna roll with the Ravens. I expect Lamar to kind of bounce back from that Philly game. I'm expecting Derrick Henry to have a big game as well, and this to be one of them classic Lamar games, one of them bounce back games where he has like a cool like 3-4 touchdowns. Derrick Henry got a couple touchdowns, probably 150 yards. Especially no Dexter Lawrence too. He's out, I think, for the season. It's gonna be ugly.
Going on to the next one, the Jets traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Both teams are 3-10. The Jets are favored by 3.5 in this game. I had to take. I took the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae are gonna pull this one out. I just don't see Jacksonville and Mac Jones actually having a great game on this Jets defense, who's been playing a little bit better recently. But I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets as well. Exactly like you said. Also, last week kind of opened my eyes a little bit more. I think that was Rodgers' best performance of the year, in my opinion. Last year, he was balling last week.
He was. I mean, him and Devontae was killing it.
Mm-hmm. And again, I think I even said it. Either I said it or you said it. It was like, this is why you brought Devontae in. You know, this is exactly why you brought Devontae in. Last game, he had 9 catches, 109, a touchdown, and then opened up Garrett Wilson a little bit. 7 catches, 115, 0 touchdowns, but still, 115 is crazy. But I am interested to see. Do you know if Breece Hall is playing? Because he isn't, or you don't know?
He didn't play last game, did he?
No. Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis came in.
Let me see if he's been practicing.
'Cause I
He
don't
has
think
not
he is.
practiced.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm expecting Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis to have a little bit more of an impact on the ground than they did last week. They combined for 83 yards, touchdown on 21 carries. Um, the Jags are just they stink, dude. They're not good.
Yeah, I agree. Go on to the next one. This is a big game. Dolphins traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Texans are favored by 3 in this game. Texans are 8-5. Dolphins are 6-7. Trying to get another playoff push. Trying to keep this playoff push, but one game and it's wraps. Um, I went with the who did I go with in this game? I actually need to check. I think I went with the. I want to say I went with the Texans. Let me see. Who? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I went with the Texans. Yeah. Um, it's just the fact that Dolphins on the road. I think Dolphins can win this game though. I think there's a very. I think this game is up in the air. The spread being 3, I think is it's perfect. I mean, I think both either team can come out with this game, but I'm gonna go with the home team. I do want to put this out there. I think um for the Dolphins, you got to be aggressive. I think especially in the passing game in this game, Texans are going to give too much on the run, but I think you got to air this out with two, and I think they can definitely win this game. But I'm gonna go with the home team. The Texans have just found ways to win games at home this season, so I'm going with the Texans. Defense makes a play.
Yeah, I'm actually going with Miami. I think the last 3 games they've averaged. I think it was the most passing yards in the last 3 games than any team in the NFL. Second most behind. Yeah, 2 yards behind Cincy. They've averaged 325 yards in the air. I don't know. I just kind of expect Tua and Tyreek and A-Chain and Waddle and Jonnu Smith and all them big name players to kind of have a big game. I know we've been talking about how the Texans are a little bit questionable, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
this is one of them games where it opens the eyes a little bit of people to kind of the Texans aren't as
Still on it.
yeah. I do kind of worry a little bit that not really worry, but uh, expect Mixon to have a big game. I think Mixon's gonna have a pretty solid game. Uh, but one question I do have for you: Are you going to the game? You doing interviews?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's I'm interested to see how many Dolphins fans really show up for this game.
I hope it's some, man. I really do, cause I'm interested to see what they think is gonna happen. Cause they lose this game, they're out.
Yeah, that's kind of also why I'm going with them. I just think I'm a big back against the wall type of guy. I got to go with the team with their back against the wall. Like the Texans are pretty comfortably like I'm
It
not gonna
ain't
say
comfortable.
I think they're pretty comfortably in the playoffs in my
I
opinion.
mean, because their division ain't locked up. Because say Colts,
They not
even if the Colts lose to Denver, if the Texans lose this game, they go to 8-6. The Colts will be what 6-8, I think, something like that. Yeah, 6-8,
yeah,
and
but the
then
Texans
the
beat them twice, didn't they?
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like if what we're expecting to happen with the Broncos to beat the Colts, it's like it don't matter what the Texans do.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna go either way. There, I could be very wrong. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna. I just think that the Texan defensive line is gonna make a play at some point. I think late in the game. Because the way Daniil Hunter's on the tear, he's killing it right now. So I'm gonna go with the home team. Going on to the next game. This one probably gonna might be the game of the day. Might be. Bills traveling to Detroit take on the Lions. Lions are trouble one. Bills are 10-3. Bills are coming off that loss to the Rams in the shootout last week. Lions are favored by 2.5 in this game. Now, if they would have beat the Rams, I would have picked Buffalo. I'm going with the Lions in this one. I just think the Lions, they're at home. Buffalo's defense definitely are giving me some concern a little bit, especially in the secondary. Um, I'm going with Detroit. I think because against Detroit, if you don't have a good secondary and they start really getting on you throwing the ball, it just freeze open the run game 100%, and then that's when they're the most deadliest. So I'm going with the Lions in this one. I think Josh Allen can do what he does, but I think the Lions pull this one out by at least. I think the Lions can win this one by at least 2 possessions.
yeah. I'm really hoping this is a great game. This game is maybe the most hyped up game of the season so far. Um,
Really?
I really do think I've been seeing a lot of hype between this. It's, I mean, arguably the best team in the AFC versus arguably the best team in the NFC. It's this could easily be a Super Bowl preview. Um, I'm going with the Lions though. I bet against them last week and maybe
You
two.
did? I think
Yeah,
I did too.
yeah. I went the
No, I didn't.
Packers.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, no, no.
Yeah, I
I
went with the
picked the Lions.
Packers. Um, yeah, I think it was maybe about halftime. I was like, why did I pick the Lions to lose? Because you just kind of knew that the Lions were gonna pull it out. Um, yeah, kind of exactly like you said. Goff is just so good at managing the game, and that's no disrespect to him. It's just what he does.
Yeah.
That running game, exactly like I said. That defense kind of got extremely exposed last week.
Mhm.
Um, and it being in Detroit, I think this is just one of them games that the Lions are going to pull out and win.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely might be the game of the year. Definitely might be Super Bowl preview. There's a lot going into this game. Going on to the next game. Buccaneers traveling to SoFi, take on the Chargers. Bucks are 7-6, looking to get in the driver's seat of the NFC South. Yeah, the NFC South. Chargers trying to lock up that wild card spot. 8-5. They're favored in this game by 3. I went with the Chargers. I think this game is gonna be really close. I would not be surprised if the Bucks did win this game, but just the Chargers defense has been playing really well. I will give them that. And the Buccaneers, when they usually play when they played good defenses this season, you can kind of see them. You see Baker kind of resort to what Baker was in the past. Um, but anytime they don't play a good defense, man, it's been is what it is. But Tampa's very reliant on their run game right now, especially with the injuries at wide receiver. No Chris Godwin there, and Mike Evans being what Mike Evans is. I mean, they haven't been throwing the ball like anything too crazy. It's been very reliant on Rashad White and Bucky Irvin. So the Chargers been very good against the run this year. So I'm going with the Chargers at home.
Yeah, I actually went with the Bucks on this one. I think, like I've been saying the last couple episodes, I really do think they're gonna win out, and
Hey, I would love it.
yeah,
Shit.
and get the South. Um, I just do worry about some of the injuries on the Bucks. I think Tristan Wirfs hasn't practiced all week. Antoine Winfield Jr. hasn't practiced. Bucky Irvin hasn't practiced. But I don't know. I just got a feeling that Baker and the Bucks are gonna go in there and win.
I hope you're right because hey, look, if they lose and we win, we sitting very comfortably at number 6, going into Pittsburgh for the playoffs. But yeah,
Yeah, you about to lose that game.
going on to the next one. The Patriots traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals are 6-7. Patriots are 3-10 in this game. Arizona's favored by 6. I picked the Cardinals. I don't think the Patriots. Drake May's been playing unbelievable. There's a game he could win. That could be very impressive. But I just think the Cardinals run all over this Patriots defense. I don't see it happen. The way Anthony Richardson, what he did to them last week, I think Kyler is finna go back in for a bounce back game because the Cardinals have been on a real losing skid. So I'm taking the Cardinals to bounce back.
Yeah, I like to congratulate the Patriots on winning this game. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals as well.
Bro.
I think exactly like you said. I think Kyler's gonna have a really good game. I think James Conner's gonna
Oh
be
my
just gonna go the
God.
hell off.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
The
we
Patriots gonna win this game.
we just clinched the Patriots winning that game. So congratulations on going 4-10 New England.
But yeah, man. I mean, shit, we might as well just the Patriots is gonna win this game now. Watch, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie, the Patriots actually win this game, bro. We might have to go back all the episodes and make like a short out of this. And like we might have actually cursed the
For
Cardinals on some shit. That's
it's
crazy.
always one team every year. Last year for me was Atlanta. I cursed Atlanta anytime I picked against Atlanta. They always won, and anytime I picked Atlanta, they always lost.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Going on to the next game. Ryan's team. Pittsburgh traveling to Philly. Take on the Eagles. Eagles are 11-2. Steelers are 10-3. Philly favoring this game by 6 points. I went with the Eagles. I think this is gonna be a good. I think this is gonna be a really 20-27, 20-21 game. It's gonna be a very It's gonna be a very defensive game in my opinion. I think both teams, whoever gets the most takeaways, I think the more aggressive quarterback is probably gonna win this game. I think Saquon's gonna have a very solid game. nothing too crazy. But whoever can make the most plays, whichever secondary is going to get had first. And the way AJ Brown has been kind of expressing himself, I think is going to be Philly. But Philly's defense, I think Steelers' offense is very too one dimensional. They're very reliant on one thing, and I think Philly can beat you in so many different ways. And the way their defense has been playing, especially the secondary with Quinion, Darius Slay, Cooper DeJean, and Reed Blankenship, CJ Gardner Johnson, that they're not just gonna let those go balls just go like that. Russ is gonna have to methodically go down the field and find ways to win these games. So yeah, the only way I see Philly winning is if they get a lot. I mean Philly. Pittsburgh winning is if they get a lot of takeaways and they get Russ the ball in short field and they're able to capitalize on points. But other than that, I'm going with Philly.
Yeah, do you last time the Steelers played Saquon, we held him to 6 yards combined.
These are the Giants though.
Big Ben had more yards than he did on the ground.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I will say this is a tough game for Saquon. But just I feel like they're gonna really be aggressive early with the pass, and that's gonna try to open up the run game a little bit because you're not just gonna run the ball down the Steelers' throats out the gate. They're not gonna let you do that. Oh, this man already down his team. Oh my god.
I'm going with Philly. Do you know the last time Steelers won in Philly?
Don't tell me it was the 90s.
1965.
You lying.
October 24th, 1965, the Steelers won against the Eagles 20-14 on the road.
That's the last time Pittsburgh has won in Philly?
In Philly,
No
yeah.
way.
Look it up. When is the last time the Steelers won in Philly? I was trying to tell you. You're going to have to waste your time typing.
1965?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm going with Philly. I think AJ Brown gonna have a big game. I think Saquon is gonna have himself a nice little day too. I think they're gonna make it a point to get AJ the ball quick and often. And I think that defense is gonna strap everything with no Pickens either, most likely. It's like, yeah, bro, we're done.
Damn. Okay.
This game, we're done. I don't think there's a chance in this game. Next week we got Baltimore. I think we might have a chance.
You never know, Jalen Hurts. You never know what can happen, man. But I mean, looking at it, yeah, I think Philly's gonna win it. But going on to this next game, my squad. Let's get into it. This one, Colts traveling Denver to take on the Broncos. Broncos are 8-5. They win this game. Their odds to make the playoffs go into like 90-some%. So you might as well lock them in for this playoff spot. The Colts are sitting at 6-7. The Broncos are favored by 4 in this game. One thing I'm worried about is that the Colts have kind of nothing to lose in this game, which means they're going to be hella aggressive. Broncos have everything on the line here. One thing I will say that concerns me, Riley Moss hasn't practiced this week. He's been practicing on the side, but he's very it's looking like he might not go. So the Broncos' plan is to start the rookie. Chris Abrams draining his plays. Levi Wallace looking like he won't get the start there. So that's something to look forward to. You got the rookie going out there, but we'll see what he does. But I mean, look, I'm nervous as shit. I've been on Anthony Richardson this whole year. And it just seems like one of those times where they're going to come back to bite me in the ass. But I don't think that's really going to happen, though, being quite honest. The Colts' offensive line has not been great. The Broncos are first in sacks, first in blitz rate, first in pressures, first in pressure rate, all that crap. And the one thing I will say, the Colts' defense has not been good. Their run defense has not been that well. But the Broncos' rushing offense hasn't been that well either. But Jaleel's been kind of getting it done lately. And the passing defense, they can be had. If it's one time for Bo Nix to have a big game throwing the football to get us in the playoffs, is this game. But I will say this game being at 3:00 definitely calms me down a little bit. Just a bit. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a primetime game where I got to be worried about the lights is on bright. Broncos' backs are completely up against the wall. I mean, not against the wall. The Colts' backs are against the wall, and they're trying to fight their way out of this thing. But I think Shane Steichen is going to come with a really good game plan. Riley Moss being out is huge. I'm going Denver, though. I'm going Denver. I'm going Denver, but I will say I'm a little bit nervous. I mean I'm rightfully nervous though. It's a really big game. Like I feel like anybody team who has a big game like this is gonna be nervous. But I think the Broncos take care of business.
Man, I don't know. I don't really think it's as big of a game as you making out to seem. To be honest with you,
Well,
you got it.
I was gonna say, well, it's big for the playoff picture because if the Colts win this game, like the Broncos will have to literally win out. You'd have to beat the Chargers. You had to beat the because say okay, the Colts win this game. They got the Titans, Jags, the Giants. They have the Titans, Giants, and the Jags next. And the Broncos have the Chargers, Chiefs, and the Bengals. Like so, you're looking at which means, and if they win this game, the Colts go to 7-7, the Broncos go to 8-6. So that's only a 1 game difference. And now the Colts have the tiebreaker. So now your Broncos are like, shit, we gotta win out unless the Colts find a way to screw something up. But this is a big game. This is a big game, huge game. Like if the Broncos lose this game, we might not make the playoffs, which sounds so crazy to say. Oh my God, I'll be hurt. I'll be hurt.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like the outcome of the game could be big. I'm just saying the game in general. It's like I really don't think the Colts are that great of a team. I think the Broncos have the best defense in the league. Um, and exactly like you just said, Bo Nix can have his way with this defense. Cortland Sutton's kind of been doing his thing as well. Shout out Lil Jordan Humphreys as well.
Chill out.
And then also shout out Garrett Bowles. He's got paid. And it's like, I think you had tweeted about it. You were one of the other billion, trillion Broncos pages that pop up on my damn Twitter now because I follow you. Whoever the fuck said it. Whoever said it. It is hard to find good left tackles in the NFL. And
That's me.
okay, well, shout out to you then. It's hard to find good left tackles in the NFL, and he's a damn good left tackle. So once you have a good guy like him, pay him. It's easy, pay him.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard, and he is kind of up there in age a little bit, but I think that it doesn't matter. The only thing Garrett Bowles' downside is he gets a lot of penalties, but in pass protection, he's one of the best left tackles in the league, probably top 5. So he's been really great. He's been great. He's been great. I'm glad we got that deal done. He probably would have got an extra 20 mil in free agency if we hadn't made that deal, and we would have had to bid with those teams. But he wanted to stay in Denver, took a little bit of a discount. Shout out to Garrett Bowles. But yeah, I mean, look, man, like you're right. The Colts aren't that good of a team, but just, bro, it's like your Steelers. Like imagine this is your Steelers. You be nervous because it's always the games. It's always the games where you're expected to win. Like NFL, every person had us winning across the board. Like, see, I feel more comfortable if like we had some doubters. Bro. Now, Candid, I will say I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this. Bo Nix is 6-0 when he's the favorite this year. Go ahead, and knock on some wood. He's 6-0 when against the favorites, whatever. And hey, look, he could make this 7-0, but I don't think Anthony Richardson is gonna make enough plays. I think the rookie Chris Abrams drain is gonna be that much of an improvement over Levi Wallace that we're gonna actually get enough stops to win this game. So I have the Broncos winning and basically clinching a playoff spot, and we're back in the fucking playoffs, Ryan. Beautiful.
It's the outcome that you're afraid of what the possible outcome could be, but also again the Colts are not a great football team. If we be honest, they solid. I mean, shit, they beat us.
They
But
did?
Yeah, Joe Flacco. That was the game Joe Flacco came in and beat us in Indy.
I'm hoping that man Joe Cool don't come in this game.
See,
I really
see,
don't.
if Flacco comes in, then I completely get it. I completely understand being worried. I just think like we both like AR. It's just that some of his games are so inconsistent. Like I thought that game, I think it was against the Jets, was arguably his best game in his career. If we be honest, I think it was the Jets. Let me look. Yeah. The Jets game. It was a damn good game.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, bro. I think the Colts gonna really try. Shane Steichen, bro, he makes me nervous. I'm telling you, he's gonna come up with a game plan of his life. Like, I just know it, bro. I just know that game's gonna come on and they're gonna be up 7-0 quick. And I'm gonna be sitting here like, fuck. But nah, man, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think that's it for the afternoon slate. So let's go ahead and go to the Sunday night game. Packers traveling to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. These games between these two teams at this point in the year, prime time, are always peak and golden for the NFL. Packers are 9-4. Seahawks are 8-5. Green Bay's favored by 2.5 in this game. So, I mean, look, man, I thought this game is gonna be really, really freaking good. You're gonna probably have Jair versus DK. I'm hoping both of those guys go in this game. I went with the Packers though. I think it'll be a really tough game though. I think this game is gonna be really tit for tat. But if I had to put my money on one quarterback, I'm going Jordan Love. Geno, it's just something about Geno. Now I will say, look, I think Seattle can win this game. It being in Seattle this late in the year, Seahawks gonna be playing for house money, but I'm going with Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay as well. I believe I think it was the last 3 games, Green Bay has allowed the least amount of rushing yards at 65, around 65 yards a game. Do you want to know who's second?
Who?
That team over in Colorado. They allowed 65.3 yards in the last 3 games rushing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just think the Packers are rolling, and they just ran into an extremely, extremely good team last week in Detroit,
Yeah.
who they always play each other. Played a tough game. Yeah, I'm going with the Packers in this one. I'm expecting them to have a little bit of a bounce back game. It is funny though, if let's say the Lions get let's say the Packers get a stop on the Lions last week, and Packers go down there, kick a field goal, win the game. All right, cool, whatever. It's like we are talking about this game completely differently. This game could easily decide shit. I mean,
Who gets the division?
Yeah, they could have been in first place. I mean, they're going up against Buffalo, and we just talked about it. We both think the Lions are going to win, but like, I mean, Buffalo's a damn good team as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, it is crazy just how just like obviously it's not 1 or 2 plays, it's the whole game that makes it up. But like one of those like quick little moments in the game can define this whole everything. Can define the whole seeding of the playoffs. How much a game matters. Obviously, this game matters for both teams. I mean, shit, this game could realistically decide like playoff picture. Let's say the Rams get in the playoffs. It's like I believe wouldn't the Seahawks and the Packers be the same record if Seattle wins?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I mean, that could
Yeah.
easily
Also,
decide.
if Seattle loses this game, the Rams are first in the division.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rams are 8-6. If Seattle loses this game, they're 8-6, and the Rams have the tiebreaker because they beat them. So the Rams could be first in the division after this is Sunday, which is crazy. The boy Stafford, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize they were that close. I thought the Seahawks had one more game over them. That's crazy.
Seahawks are 8-5, and the Rams are they're 8-6. So, hey man, we might get them boys in the playoffs after all. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, look, if Seahawks win this game, it changes. The Packers could miss the playoffs. I mean, it's just that the NFC is that close right now, and especially.
You got it. My fault. I interrupted you.
No, I was just gonna say, is that close, especially like in the hunt? It's close.
Yeah, it could also eliminate the Commanders from the playoffs as well. It's like
ain't nothing set in stone.
Yeah, that one game. Let's say Seattle wins this game, but they end up losing out in the division. I mean, Seattle would be what? Let's say they finish 10-7, 11-6. And let's say the Packers finish the same record. It's like you just said, the Packers could really. I mean, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs. I do think that the Rams are going to get in there, and it's going to come down to the Rams and the Rams, Seahawks, and the Commanders. But it is crazy to think about.
All right, so going on to the next game, the Bears are traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, another NFC North showdown. Vikings are 11-2, Bears are 4-9. Minnesota is favored by 7 in this game. I'm going with Minnesota. Nothing really much else to say. This game was close the first time around, but unless Sam Darnold stinks it up, um, I'm taking the Vikings. You want to real quick. Seeing how the Bears defense looked last week, the first game without Flus, give me the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I got the Vikings as well. I think that receiving core, Sam Darnold, uh, they've just been clicking a little bit better compared to the last couple weeks, especially that week in Jacksonville. I don't know why I cannot get that game out of my head. How
It was
bad
bad. It
yeah,
was ugly.
but
Jordan
yeah,
Addison is cooking.
he is. I'm really hoping that man DJ Moore has himself a crazy game. Um, But yeah, I'm interested to see if Caleb can repeat that same performance around about 300 yards. I'm expecting maybe have another turnover or so because he went 32 for 47, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns and 0 picks last time they played.
Yeah, he hasn't
Um,
thrown an interception with 7 weeks.
that's crazy, especially coming from a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think this game might be a little bit closer than some people might think. But also, I think the Vikings got it, especially being at home Monday night.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota. I think
Yeah.
Jettas and Addison cook again. Next game up, Falcons versus the Raiders. Um, Falcons traveling to Vegas. Raiders are 2-11. The Falcons are 6-7. Atlanta's favored by 4. I went and picked with the Falcons because I mean, you better not lose this game. This is like a franchise altering loss if you lose this game. If you lose this game, Raheem Morris might be fired on some nut shit. I don't think he should be fired, but like they're gonna really have those conversations. You lose to the Raiders, bro. 5 games in a row. It'll be 5 games in a row. Yeah, I put out a video too, guys, about this. I think they should have thrown in Penix. Kirk has been awful. Like he's been bad, bro. The defense has been terrible. I just can't get that image of D. Alford out of my head,
That
bro.
man
I
on the
just
ground.
and it felt like, oh my god, bro. Oh, give me the Falcons though, man. I think Kirk gets a touchdown, first passing touchdown since week 9.
Yeah, I'm expecting Bijan to have a big game. Drake London, hopefully he has himself a nice little game as well. Maybe that man, your boy D. Alford will have a bounce back game this game, and I'm going with Atlanta too. I agree with you. If you lose this game Monday night against a bad team, it's like I don't think
Franchise altering.
I don't think he's fired. I think Kirk is done. I think his career in Atlanta most likely is would come to an end if they ended up losing this game.
You think Minnesota will take him back?
Not for that contract. They also,
I mean, he probably gonna get cut.
I don't know. I just I can't see. I can't see. Why would you want to go get Kirk back when Sam Darnold is doing this and you got JJ McCarthy just chilling?
No,
after the
no,
injury?
no. I agree. I was just saying, like, what you
Yeah.
think that would be like? I was just asking, is that something you think they would do?
Oh no no
I
no
don't
no
think
no
they
no.
would.
No, I do think maybe a team that is somewhat good enough to like not have an awful pick to get one of them top
It'll
quarterbacks
be
in
the
the league.
Raiders.
No, I think the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna get one of them top quarterbacks in the draft. You don't think they're gonna get like Shador or Cam Ward?
I want them to sign Kirk.
Get the fuck out of here! For
That'll
what?
be hilarious.
For what?
It's such a Raider thing. Think about it. If the Raiders really be like they sign Kirk Cousins, like, would you be surprised?
Yeah, I probably would, just from how bad it would be.
I mean, the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants would.
No, I'm gonna tell you the perfect team he would probably go to.
Hmm,
Tennessee.
that's a damn good team too, because they're not bad enough to get one of them top like top 2, 3 quarterbacks.
They're
Actually,
3 and 10.
yeah, as no, they are now. Hold up, what's the what do you call it? The draft
The
order
draft
looking like?
order.
Yeah,
I
I don't know
got you.
why. I just don't see him being that bad.
Titans right now will have the 6th pick. You got the Browns. Could you see Stefanski? The
Maybe.
Saints, the Colts. No, I'm just playing. That's pretty much it. I mean, every other team, the Falcons are just perfect for him. Like, there's no other team that's kind of middle of the pack that needs. I mean, maybe Seattle.
Imagine the Jets let Rodgers go and go get him.
That'd be terrible. Yeah, right now, if the season ended today, Raiders have the 1, Giants have the 2, Patriots have the 3, Panthers have the 4th, Jacksonville's got the 5th, 6 is Tennessee. Travis Hunter to the Patriots.
Stop. I want him to slip to like spot like 32-ish.
Okay. You gotta remember. He traded up for Reggie Bush.
I don't care. I do not care.
Okay, be honest. You think? Okay, say just real quick, and then we can end it off here. You don't think the number 3 pick, and they said we're willing to trade this pick? You don't think Denver will call them?
No.
Yeah, they would.
Why,
Give y'all. Man, I'll give up 2 future firsts for Travis. We get Travis Hunter. He could be our 4th-string corner, and our first-string wide receiver.
first string? What's gonna happen to little Jordan Humphreys?
All right, bro. You know what? On that note, go ahead and end it off. Wait, okay. Before we end it off, you got any questions?
Yeah, I do have a question with you. It actually revolves around Travis Hunter. Do you still think Ashton Jennings the Heisman?
That's just my personal like. If I could give it to someone, I think Travis is gonna win it though. If I had to put money on who I think is, I think it's gonna be Travis. I mean, they both had spectacular seasons. I just think that I just appreciate running backs. I do. I just think what Ashton's doing is utterly ridiculous. He's got 2,500 yards, 30 total touchdowns. I mean, like that's just unheard of, bro. But I mean, if it goes to Travis, it goes to Travis. I feel like he deserves it just as much as well. Probably the best corner, the top 2 corner in college, top 10 receiver in college. I mean, he's doing it really well on both sides of the ball. You can't really like ask for anything much more out of a player than what Travis is giving you. But I mean, it's not really a but. It's just Ashton Genty. If they could give Cole Heisman's, these brothers should be Cole Heisman's. Like that's how crazy they are.
I believe Travis has won the Biletnikoff awarded to the best receiver in college football.
He did?
Yeah, he won the Biletnikoff, and then he won the
Wait, really?
Deadass, and then he won the Chuck Bednarik Award awarded to the best defensive player. So
wait,
not
Travis
only
Hunter won the Biletnikoff?
yes. So not only was he awarded the best receiver, but he was also awarded the best defensive player. How can you not give that man the Heisman? If you're telling me, I also don't understand how he didn't win. If you're the best defensive player, how did you not win the award for best corner?
Wow, he did. He won the Biletnikoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people were pissed about it, and I understand the argument. I completely understand the argument.
Okay, I didn't think he was gonna win the Biletnikoff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like, I didn't think he was gonna win the best corner award or the best. I think Will Johnson is the best corner in college.
Will Johnson wasn't even elected for the award though.
For the corner award?
Yeah, he wasn't. I'm almost 99% sure he was an award. He wasn't up for the award, and neither was Travis Hunter.
Travis won the Biletnikoff. Okay, like honestly, what you think about that?
The Jim Thorpe Award. That's what it is.
Nick Nash probably should have got that mug, bro. Out of San Jose State.
There's another receiver. I think what from
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah.
T-Mac.
Yeah, people are pissed about that too.
Nick Nash out of San Jose State. This is what he ranked in the country. First in receptions per game, first in receiving yards, first in receiving yards per game, first in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, people are pissed about it. And I mean, I understand it. If there's another receiver out there doing all that, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, the Jim Thorpe Award. Will Johnson wasn't even a candidate. It's Texas. Texas Jaden Barron, Ohio State's Caleb Downs, and Georgia's Malachi Starks for the award. So how did you win essentially defensive play of the year in college, and not win, or not even be elected for corner, the best corner? I don't get that. I don't understand that.
That's a bad look for college. He's not the best receiver in college. He's great, but T-Mac is the best receiver in college.
But yeah, with that being said, you win those two awards. It's, in my opinion, Heisman should be locked up.
Yeah, they're not gonna give it to Genty. Genty could have had 3,000 yards. They weren't giving it to Genty.
You think if that man got 3,000 yards,
They weren't giving it to Genty. They were never gonna give it to Genty. If Genty had 3,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, they weren't giving it to Genty, bro.
3,000 yards? Nah,
Bro, think about the odds difference. He was like a plus 10,000 to win it. By the end of the year, at the end of the last week of the season, he was plus 10,000. 10,000. Think about it. We only talking about 500 more yards. He had 2,500.
Well, DraftKings, he's only a minus 2,000. Granted, still minus 2,000.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Ashton Jennings plus 800. Dylan Gabriel's plus 25,000. Cam Ward is plus 50,000. Yeah, I just want to get your opinion on that, 'cause I had a feeling you didn't know that he won the Belinikov, and I was like,
how did he win the Belinikov? Like, okay, like real stuff, real quick. Like, here are the dudes that have won the Belinikov. Like, or hold on, I'm gonna read this list because I just had it up. So Marvin Harrison, Jalen Hyatt, Jordan Addison, Devontae, Jamar, Jerry Jeudy, bro, Travis. Only guy you compare him to even being close to out of the guys I just named in college was Jalen Hyatt. He was nowhere near any of those other guys. Like the best receiver.
dude,
like
he's
not
a damn
crazy
good
this
receiver.
is.
He is a damn. I think he's easily a top 5 receiver in college, and I think he's easily a top.
I
2
would say top.
corner.
No, he's top. You can say top 5, top 10, but he's not the best. He ain't top 3.
No, I get that. I don't know. I do think it's weird that he's, again, in my opinion, the best corner. If you want to argue top 2, whatever, but you weren't even elected for the best corner award, the Jim Thorpe Award. But then most people agree that you're not the best receiver in college football. But you win that. I just don't understand what the awards were. Like how'd you win essentially defensive player of the year but not win best corner? I don't know.
Yeah, the finalists for the Belinikov was Nick Nash, McMillan, and Travis Hunter. Oh,
God. That man is pissed. That man is pissed.
That's not good, bro. That's not good. That's
man. Shout out Travis Hunter. Shout out Travis Hunter.
Nah, shout out to him, bro. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, bro. Yeah, I was saying. So, say for example, what if Washington misses the playoffs, but Denver makes it, but they finish with the same record? They both finish 11-6, but Denver makes the playoffs. Jaden doesn't. Would you give both the edge?
I mean, I do think it's extremely close. I don't really like the discourse.
Who do you think is like? Yeah, like.
Yeah,
who's your award winner right now? Offensive rookie of the year. You got Brock in there too.
Yeah, I do think Brock has been balling. I don't like the discourse of if it's not Jaden, then it has to be Brock. It's like it's almost discrediting what Bo is doing. I don't know. I keep flip flopping. One week it's Jaden, next week it's Bo. I guess if I would have to put my vote in right now, I'd probably say I probably have to say Bo, just from what he's doing with who he has. and with the expectations, kind of like you were saying earlier with Coach of the Year. Um, I don't know if that was on the podcast or not, but um,
Nah, it was before.
okay. Well, what we were talking about before the pod with Coach of the Year, it's like nobody was expecting anything from him. Granted, no one's expecting anything from the Commanders as well, but like the Commanders at least have some solid weapons with Terry and Brian Robinson, excuse me, and Bo doesn't really have anybody besides Cortland Sutton and Lil John Humphreys. So it's like
Come on, bro.
I'd probably have to give it to Bo right now, but I can also completely understand if Bo kind of shits the bed this week and Jaden continues to do his thing. I'd probably have to lean towards Jaden, but I just don't like the discourse of, well, if it's not Jaden, then it has to be Brock Bowers.
Yeah, or if it's not Brock, it has to be Jaden. Like they're pushing
Hmm.
both to that third spot.
Yeah, even though what are the odds for it? Do you know?
Let me see. On DraftKings, I'm gonna pull up on DraftKings. I mean, not draft. Let me do thing. I don't know why I can't find them. Are they? I think are they off on all the sports books right now? Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Offensive rookie of the year right now. It's Jaden is at first, Bo's second, Brock is a distant third. Brock is plus 1,000. Jaden is minus
Okay.
270, and Bo is plus 230.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Pastor Tan for defensive player of the year, he's gone up to second now.
Is TJ still one?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That's all I
remember,
care
remember
about.
Pat was fourth last week.
Mm. Yeah, I do think. Again, I do think Brock Bowers has been balling, but also, I mean, if they didn't give it to Puka last year, and Puka, didn't he set the rookie receiving yard record? Cause
Puka
yeah,
and the receptions.
okay. I mean, shit, if you don't give it to him, it's like at that point, it's kind of, especially with two quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks that are kind of balling right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see them going with Brock. And in my opinion, right now it might be Bo. But next week, if Brock shits the bed and my fault, if Bo shits the bed and Jaden kind of goes out there and balls out against the Saints, I could easily see a way where it's Jaden. In my opinion, it's that close.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I would say I don't know. They because I mean he did go off against Tennessee. He killed them, but I don't know, man. I think if we beat the Colts, I think you kind of got to give it to Bo. I don't know. That's just me. I think if you clinch the playoffs in the AFC West, like as a rookie, you kind of got to get it right.
Yeah, I like you said before, like while you were asking the question, um, if the Commanders don't make the playoffs and the Broncos make the playoffs, I really don't think there should be an argument for it. You know, granted,
You
it's
know they
vice
gonna
versa.
force it though.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely gonna force it. I mean, again, I'm not saying Jaden don't deserve it, because I do. For me, I think it's really that close. But it would be interesting to see what would happen if the Commanders don't make the playoffs and the Broncos do. I think probably, and especially like you said, if they finish at the same record, it'll be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button down below. Keep showing us love. We're gonna keep pumping out these episodes for you guys. We're gonna try to get some NBA content. NBA is starting to heat up just a little bit. So we're gonna try to get some videos out for you guys about that. Yeah, y'all struggling, bro. Struggling real bad right now. Lakers struggling. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Until the next one. Peace out.